Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about music and its effect on us, on the human body. Okay, so, as we all know, music is something we all listen to daily. A lot of songs tend to be about heartbreaks and stuff like that. On the radio, you can hear that half the time. I know half my playlist is filled with sad music at the moment too, but I've been trying to steer away from that due to the way it's making me feel. Have you guys ever stopped to wonder and think of the effects that sad music can have on you? Because it seems all fun and games. The music's good, but the way it makes you feel when you listen to it, that's the problem. The effects are not good with it. Sad music can be dangerous to one's mental health and well-being, and that's why we should stop listening to it. The reason we should stop listening to it is because there's a link between sad music and depression in young people, which has led to music being blamed for the suicide of several deaths. And music, and believe it or not, music affects the brain's physical structure. Okay, so as I said, there's a link between sad music and depression in young people. There's this famous song called Gloomy Sunday, written by a Hungarian composer named Saras. The song was so sad that it became known as the Hungarian suicide song, and it's associated with multiple deaths. In 1936, the New York Times reported the suicide of a 13-year-old boy. He was found with the lyrics of the song Gloomy Sunday in his pocket. That's why they associated with it. The Times also reported a suicide of a college senior who had told fellow students he was going to memorize the Gloomy Sunday lyrics, and then end his life on a gloomy Sunday because he felt he related to it. He felt that that's how he wanted to. He was depressed and that song didn't help him. And then with the lyrics of that, because the song is basically about someone wanting to be with their dead loved one and how they want them back, but if they can't get them back, then they're gonna go to them, meaning they're going to end their life in order to be with them again. That's why this guy was depressed and that song didn't help him. The creator of Gloomy Sunday fell into a deep depression after that song because he felt that he would never be able to write a song as good as that one, a song that impacted people like that. But he didn't realize how it was impacting people. He just knew a lot of people listened to it. He was famous because of it. Shortly after his 69th birthday, he ended his life. He said that he was telling other people that his happiness was decreasing because he felt that he could never produce something as famous as Gloomy Sunday. Also, when he heard of the suicides that were happening that were associated with his song, he felt even worse because that's not the impact he wanted to leave. He just wanted to make a good song. People were using it in the wrong way. Oh, also, there was a study that they were trying to see the effects of different types of music on the brain. The participants were tested for neural activity while listening to either happy, sad, or fearful sounding music. The results were compared to signals of mental health, including depression, anxiety, and eroticism. Basically, the results were not good for the people that listened to the sad and fearful music, but the people who listen to happy music, their brains release more dopamine and all that. They were happier after listening to it, but the people that listen to the fearful or sad music tended to feel the way the music, like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, happy music makes you happy. The sad music makes you think about all these sad things. You try to relate your life to the lyrics and you end up getting upset over it. I know personally I do. Oh yeah, okay, so like I was saying, personally, there's multiple songs that I listen to that make me cry. But there's a bunch of Bad Bunny songs that make me cry as well. So I try not to listen to them because I can relate to them and it hurts. It makes me think of these times in my life where I was really hurt. I felt heartbroken, felt all these things. So the more I listened to it, the more I cried. One time I cried for like 3 hours straight because I was listening to the same song on repeat because I was hurt and that song was adding on to it. You know, because I kept like reliving it every time I listened to the song, but I felt that I wanted to listen to something sad because I felt sad. I didn't want to listen to anything happy, but I knew if after a while, I started listening to happy songs and I felt so much better. Reason number 2, the music affects the brain's physical structure. Listening to music increases the neurotransmitter dopamine. Dopamine is the brain's motivation molecule and an integral part of the pleasure reward system. Dopamine is not something that the brain gets a lot of while listening to sad music. Sad music doesn't really trigger dopamine in the way happy music does, because with sad music, most of the time you're not happy while listening to it. Sometimes you might be, don't get me wrong, but most of the time you're usually not, because you're associating the song with the sad events, the sad lyrics. However, even after seeing all of the effects of sad music, well, these are only some. After seeing these effects of sad music, some still claim that listening to sad music is good for you because it helps you get in touch with your feelings of hurtness, of being heartbroken, of all that stuff. But in reality, it doesn't. The contrary is true. There was an experiment. There was an experiment, and in the experiment, the results are as the following. It says, our findings reveal that music evoking sad, low arousal emotions compared with music evoking happy, high arousal emotions increased strength of mind wandering. Therefore, happy music causes better reactions in the body than sad music does. The happy music helps one get in touch with their happy feelings, when the sad one helps us get in touch with feelings that are often painful most of the time. Listening to happier music as opposed to sad music helps everybody. It helps your brain be able to think more efficiently. It keeps you healthier, because while listening to something that's causing you pain, it's not going to benefit you in any way. So as I said, multiple people have, after listening to sad songs, relating their lives to these sad songs, they've taken their lives sadly. So the best option is to refrain from listening to that as much as possible and going for happy music. Personally, I've been doing that, and I've been feeling a lot better after I started doing that. I know multiple people that have done that too. I know it's hard to stop listening to sad music because it took me a long time, but once you see the benefits of not listening to it anymore, you start feeling so. One way you can do this is by putting more happy and upbeat music into your playlist so that you start listening to that more as opposed to the sad music. Start taking it out one by one, or make a separate playlist, one with a variety, one with some happy, some sad, till you ease yourself into it. Because I know it's hard, because I know I only used to listen to sad music. But once I got used to listening to happier music, I became a happier person. That's how I started. I did some sad and some happy songs. With that, it's much easier to do so because you're listening to both. But then as the weeks go by, add less and less and less, and then you'll see that you become happier. Okay, now with all this information brought to light, would you stop listening to sad music if it meant that your brain would function more efficiently and your body would produce more dopamine and your mental health will improve? Would you?